The purpose of this clip is to demonstrate some of the features of Microsoft Teams. So I've logged into an official GAA email account and I'm looking at my email element. So if I want to use any of the other components of Office 365, I need to go up to the left hand side here and click on the app launcher. And under the app launcher I see the usual elements of Microsoft 365 such as Outlook and OneDrive, Excel. And down here on my right hand side I see Teams. So I'm going to choose Teams. And Teams is going to provide me with the capability of arranging online meetings. So I'm going to choose the calendar component of Teams if it isn't already chosen. So down here on the left hand side I've chosen calendar. And I'm looking at April the 6th and 7th, 2020. So I want to call a new meeting. So to create a new meeting where I invite people to attend online, I click on the new meeting option over here on the right hand side. And I'm going to give my meeting a title. I'm going to call it OneDrive Discussion. We're going to discuss the use of OneDrive and the GAA. And the attendees are required. One of the features of this element of it is you can invite people who aren't official GAA email address holders. So I'm going to invite someone called Noel Tierney, who's a Gmail account holder. So it's noeltierney.gaa@gmail.com. This is someone who's outside the GAA. And when it finds this email address, make sure you click on the invite Noel Tierney option here. So Noel Tierney is one invite. Another invite is going to be called Training 9. Training9.la@gaa.ie. Training 9 needs to be invited, hopefully. I didn't get an invite option there, so I'm just going to be careful. I'm going to invite Training 1. Training 1 .la@gaa.ie. So I've invited those three users. Certainly I've invited Noel Tierney. I'm not sure about Training 9 or Training 1 at the moment. So I'll try Training 4 as well, or Training 10, sorry. Training10.la. I'm going to click on him. I don't get an invite option there either, so I don't. Anyway, the other settings I can tweak is the date and the time. So I'm going to choose April the 7th, and I'm going to choose an early time in the morning. I'm going to choose 9 a.m. in the morning, or 8 a.m. in the morning, we'll say, on April 7th. And it's down here to last until 8:30, so it's a 30-minute meeting, but I can change any of these features I like. I can make it last up to an hour and a half for until 9:30 if I wish. And the other kind of details that I might need to add are some details about the meeting. So here I've classified as an open OneDrive discussion. So down in my last section here, I'm going to describe it as a OneDrive discussion. So I could have a venue. It could be, I'm just going to say it's online. The GAA Teams feature. So that's the structure of a meeting. So the last thing that I need to do is to actually send the invites to the meeting. So I'm going to hit the send button over here on my right hand side. And it gets sent. So what's happened there? You may have heard a little click. So the user called Noel Tierney, the Gmail account I mentioned, has got this invite, the OneDrive discussion. So I'm going to click on it from the Noel Tierney perspective. And it's arrived from a user called Training1.la. So Noel Tierney is going to say, maybe I'll attend that meeting. So he's clicked on maybe. I could click on no if I wanted to, or I could click on yes, but I'm going to choose maybe. So when I've clicked on maybe, a response is going to go to the user who created this this invite, Training1.la. So if I go back to Training1, who sent the invite rather, I'm going to go back to the email options. I'm going to click on Outlook. And under the email option, I have now got the feedback saying that Noel Tierney has accepted the invite. Now, that could be to an earlier one, perhaps. Sorry, it's the correct one. It's just the timing is misleading here. So it's the OneDrive discussion has been accepted by Noel Tierney at gaa@gmail.com. So that's fine. So if I pop back to another window here, where I see that the user called training9. So over here on my right hand side, if you check the user I've logged in as, I'm logged in there as training9. So training9 has got an invite from training1, and training9 can now reply to that invite by pressing the RSVP button. So again, similar to what I saw on the Gmail side, I have the option to say yes, maybe, or no. So in this case, I'm going to say yes. But I might add in a message, and I'd say it might be a few minutes late. A little late. So I'm giving the feedback saying I'm going to be there, but I might be a little bit late joining. So I click on the yes button then. And I flick back to my other browser. And Training9 has accepted the meeting, and it indicates that Training9 might be a little bit late. So I'm now going to click back under the Training1 again, looking at the calendar again. So the calendar at 3 p.m. doesn't show it, but if I scroll up the screen, there it is. I set it for 8 a.m. and it's lasting until 9:30. As you can see here, the slots for the 8 a.m. to 9:30 is grayed out. So that's some of the key elements of setting up a meeting in Microsoft Teams. So later on, then what happens is when 8:30 or 8 a.m. arrives tomorrow morning, the user Noel Tierney and the user called Training9 will have the opportunity to click on a link to participate in the meeting. So that'll be for another clip. So that's the end of this clip on setting up a meeting in Microsoft Teams.